right, hello everybody. So it has been a couple of weeks since I've done a recording, but I just wanted to give an update. So today, Thursday, makes 10 weeks since I've had my surgery. I am just leaving physical therapy, and we were able to get me bent to 125 degrees, which is what I wanted. I had therapy, what's today, Thursday? I had therapy Tuesday, and we were at 120. So progress. So found out today that today was my last covered day for insurance. Every session that I go to now, I will have to pay out of pocket. Apparently, my provider only covers 26 max. That's it. So we're gonna do once a week sessions, and then I got a lot of exercises that I will be faithful with doing at home. The reason that I'm making this video is not only to provide an update, but just give some pointers and tips. If you are having a knee replacement surgery, make sure you find out how many physical therapy sessions your insurance provider will cover. I was told that my provider is kind of weird because some providers, they provide more longer services, covered services. But again, this one only stops at 26. I thought it was a pretty good commercial insurance, but I have been planning on dropping them and switching up because they are no longer in network with my primary care provider. So make sure you find out how many days you will get covered for insurance. I think too that my provider lumped in my home health sessions with my outpatient physical therapy sessions. I'm going to give them a call just to get some confirmation, because I only did, I think, about 5 home health sessions, and then my doctor wanted me to stop and immediately start outpatient physical therapy because of my quads not being strong enough. So right now we are working on quads, strengthening my quads. I still been having the pain behind my knee, which we thought that would have subsided by now, but it hasn't, but it will. I'm claiming that in the name of Jesus. It's gonna be gone. It is. So it's just like a hamstring. So we've been working on that, and did a lot of standing on one leg exercise today, just a lot, and some bending. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to be doing. Also, if you are planning on having a knee replacement surgery, make sure you look into getting a hip kit. It is not mandatory, but for me it was very helpful in the beginning. I was able to use the leg lifter to help get my leg in the bed. When I wasn't strong enough to do it initially, they had the shoe thing that you put in to help put on your shoes. I've used that. The reacher, I'm going to keep using that reacher. My son Jeremy said that's for lazy people, but I don't care, because if I can't reach that remote, I don't have to call anybody to come get it for me. I have my reacher. They had 2, a short one and a long one. Also, let's see what else I've learned from this experience. Pain pills, they only give you a certain amount of those. Make sure you have your compression hose and wear those. I still have some that I wear every now and then. I'm not mandated to wear the ones they gave me in the hospital that you're supposed to wear for 6 weeks, but I did buy some more compression sock that came over my knee to help with the swelling. Thankfully, my swelling on the top of my knee has gone down significantly, so I'm happy about that. I purchased a TENS and EMS unit to help with my quads, giving that electrical stimulation to my quads on the days when I didn't have therapy. So that's been helpful. Again, nothing mandatory, but because I had an issue with my quads not being strong, and my surgeon wanted me to get into physical therapy for EMS, electrical stimulation. So that is why it's something that I'm using right now. Do your exercises on your off days. What I do is I'm doing a lot of hill slides. I try to get on my stationary bike. I'm not able to go all the way, complete a whole rotation on the bike. So I'm just kind of like going backwards and forwards until it's, for my comfort level. But exercising is really important. Movement. You got to make sure you're moving. Just keep moving that knee, bending that knee. I did squats today. That felt so weird with this knee. It was like, whoa. I did it though. I did some side lunges. So another thing to consider is pre-surgery. My surgeon, that office, they had a list of exercises that I was supposed to do prior to surgery, and that was what they call prehab. I did not get my list until a week before. However, I was already doing some exercises with Hinge Health through my employer, but the exercises I was doing with Hinge Health was not geared or aimed at my surgery. It was just my foot, just kind of strengthening that, because I was having trouble with driving. So we was conditioning me to be able to move my foot to drive, and then just some, leg stuff. Make sure you do your prehab. Make sure you have strong quads, hips. Just make sure you're in good condition, because that is going to have a significant impact on your progress while you're rehabbing. I'm learning this. This has been my experience. And if you're doing all of that stuff, then you should do well. Stay away from social media. Don't compare yourself. I know that, I am on social media giving you my experience. Don't fall into the trap of comparison. It's okay to look at videos that talk about post knee replacement surgery, some exercises to do. Don't read the comments, because then you'll find yourself, if like I did, comparing yourself, because people would be in there and they would say, well, I had my surgery, I'm 4 weeks out, and I'm already back to work and walking, without a cane and X, Y, Z. And then you get in your head and you're 6 weeks out and you're still using a walker or whatever. Don't compare yourself to other people. This is your journey. Everyone heals differently. Keep that in mind. So you just continue doing what your therapist has you doing. Just stay motivated and you'll be okay. Block out the noise from what other people are saying about what they've been able to accomplish during their experience. That was a big thing for me, because I found myself, I was beating up on myself because I wasn't at a certain point. I think it did start too when I had home health, and the guy came to discharge me from home health. And now mind you, I was 2 weeks in, and we went to try and bend my knee, and he was like, oh, that's concerning, you should be further along than that. He said, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and if by 6 weeks you're not at 125, he said by 6 weeks, wherever you are at 6 weeks, that's what you're going to be for the rest of your life. I heard him saying it, but in my mind I was like, child, whatever. But it was still, you know, resonating. It was still sitting there. I didn't block it out completely. And so, and he was like, they may get you. He said, if somebody tells you they can get you further, don't listen to them. They're lying. They're just trying to get your money. They may be able to get you maybe 5 degrees more, plus or minus. But wherever you are 6 weeks, that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life. Let me tell you something. The devil is a liar. Don't believe stuff like that. You just keep going. And I did talk to my therapist about it when I went to outpatient, and it was like, you know, no, that's not necessarily true. When I had my 8-week follow-up with the PA, he was pleased. He said, my healing, like, my scar is healing well, doing good. Now, I was at 115. I think he said, no, I think he had me at 105, and it was early in the morning. I was stiff. So I was 115 before I went to see him, like a few days before. And he said he would be more concerned if at that point I was stuck at like maybe 80 or 90. He said, but you're good. I'm confident you'll get the bend. Just got to keep working at it. And he said, and worst case scenario, if push comes to shove, we can do a manual bend. But that's not anything you want. Don't go for that, because it said that the recovery from that is very painful. So that's not even an option for me. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share this with everyone. I am doing well. I'm happy. I am confident. I'm not beating up on myself. I know the last video I made, I was really frustrated because I felt like whenever I would go forward one step, it seemed like I would be pushed back 2. And this is just how it goes. This is just my journey, my process, my progress. But I'm getting there. These last few sessions, I've only seen increase, and I am very pleased with that, because I think when I had therapy last week, I was at, I think he pushed me to 115. That was a magic number for me for a couple of weeks. But again, like I said, today, no. Tuesday, it was 120. I was so happy about that. And I was saying, I want to be 125 by Friday. That's what I kept saying to myself. I want to be 125. And he measured me today, and it was 125. But Bruce told me that, so before he actually did the measurement, he bent my knee just to see how far I could go. And he whispered something to Bruce. I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying. I was like, oh my God, my knee, it hurts. And they looked, and Bruce told me afterwards, he said that actually if the therapist had measured me then, I would have been a little further than 125, because it looked like my knee, was bent a little further. So that's all good. I'm happy. I'll take that too. So anyway, that is all for now. I'm ready in my mind to go back to work. I'm scheduled to go back to work July 20th. I reached out to my manager today and talked to Bruce about it. And I feel like I'm ready mentally. I'm getting kind of stir crazy, I guess, bored at home. My grandson, Adrian, he comes over sometimes and plays with me. Yesterday, he told me he was bored. I guess he got tired of me. He's 2 years old talking about being bored. So I may, go back to work a week earlier. I don't know, thinking about it. I just am not comfortable driving yet. I did talk to the provider about driving, and he put it like this. He said, think about it this way. Let's say you're driving and a 5-year-old darts into the middle of the road or whatever, and just think, do you think that you would be quick enough, you can move quick enough to put on the brakes? If you don't think that you would be able to respond quick enough, then you don't need to drive. right now I don't think I will be quick enough to do that. I am going to practice. Bruce promised to take me out, let me drive around at night. I don't know why at night, I ain't gonna hurt nobody, but I get it. So, you know, we're gonna practice me driving, because I'm ready to get all of my independence back. Tired of Willa Earl driving me around. You know I love you.
I love you too.
Oh goodness, I know. All right, so that's it for me. This is like the longest video I've done. I'll keep you guys posted and updated on my progress, because that's what it's all about, progress. All right, people, stay kind, stay beautiful, enjoy your 4th. Love you much. Bye.